What's up, Ranger fans? PR Mayhem back with a new video. What I'll be doing today is I'll be reviewing my brand new Eric 0101 Fan Sculpt Green Ranger helmet that you see here on the right, and I'll be comparing it to my already existing Green Ranger helmet made by Wild Ranger 5 from Ranger Board here on the left that I used for Expo last year. I'll be comparing the two, the differences, the similarities. I'll also be giving you my opinion on which I prefer. As we all know, there is no stunt cast Green Ranger helmet out there openly to purchase through anyone, because it seems to be the rarest of the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger helmets, whereas you've got the reds and the blues and everything are all stunt casted. These ones are all fan sculpt, so they're based on just their own accurate eye as far as the TV one goes, that they've sculpted from scratch. So I'll jump right into it. Before I do start though, I just want to say these are my opinions. You guys, just feel free to make up your own minds on which one you prefer and why. And in fact, if you have a difference of opinion with mine, by all means leave it in the comment box below and we'll discuss it as to which one you think is more accurate or which one you think is just better overall. So I'll go ahead, I'll start with the new one, the Eric 0101 helmet. So I'll do side-by-side comparisons of each one. So I'll start from the top. Here you've got the red diamond at the top of the forehead. It's a lot smaller than Anarchy's one that I used to have, significantly smaller. However, it is a tiny bit larger than the Wild Ranger 5 one. You've got the split here that goes off to the two almost eyebrows with the arc going all the way towards the back. You see here. Then you've got the very well done lines, the pinstripes there, which lead over onto the eyelid. Again, just done very, very nicely, painted beautifully. This wasn't actually finished by Eric 0101, it was just a kit that he had sold. The person who did actually finish it, I believe, is called MMPR Helmet USA or something to that extent on Facebook. You can contact him through there. I know he does finishing work on kits. You've got the visor there with the very well painted teeth there on the side. Very well finished, you can see the shine on it, it's very, very nice. The actual visor itself is different to this one, as actually, if you look at it, it actually bends inwards and there's a little gap underneath here where you can actually get additional air while wearing the helmet, which is great because we all know wearing helmets can be a big pain, especially when you're stopping every 5 seconds to take a photo of someone. So you've got the 6 holes there under the lip, and like most Green Ranger cast helmets, the lips were actually thinner than the other helmets. They were a lot narrower in width, so it actually goes more up vertically here than my old Anarchy helmet. The Anarchy helmet seemed to stretch a lot further, as the mouthpiece was taken from Anarchy's Red Ranger helmet, which was sort of flushed down towards the side there. Again, a very, very nice finish, and it's even got the slight sharp bit here at the front, like the Green Ranger with the flat bit. If I see it here, you've got the little chin edge there, which was unique to the Green Ranger helmet. I go to the side now. You've got the actual cut of the helmet, where it actually has a back panel as opposed to being slit right in half like Anarchy's one. The problem with Anarchy's one was because of the slit, this top bit chipped very easily here at the top, whereas this one, it's just got the back panel going towards the back, so there's a lot more room there. Also, you've got the clasps here. These clasps are a little bit looser than my Anarchy ones or my Wild Ranger 5 ones, but they still do their job and it makes it quite comfortable. On the back here, you've got almost the tail part of it, and this one actually comes with a hinge, which is really, really nice. I'll show you that feature in just a couple of minutes. Compared to the other one, the hinge makes it a lot easier. I know you've got that ugly sort of greyish chipped paint bit there, but it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make for comfort. There you've got the beautiful pinstripes again. And I'll just give you just a couple of overview shots of the actual helmet itself. This version was actually adapted from Anarchy's one by Eric. He actually took Anarchy's one and just changed certain features on it. Oh, the clip has actually come away from that now. Let's fix that. And out, caught my finger. And there's Eric 0101's Green Ranger helmet. Now on to Matt or Wild Ranger 5's version. Again, you've got this smaller mouthpiece. You've got the side bits going up there, again a lot narrower in width. You've got the small diamond. I'm just going to go through this quickly because you've seen this one already. You've got it splitting off into sort of the eyebrows area. You've got a nice visor. I did have a couple of seeing issues with this, but I've sorted them through like just dousing it in washing up liquid and stuff. You've got the painted teeth with the ever so slight bend on them towards there. You've got the eye there, the sweet pinstriping. The pinstriping is actually an additional material that's been stuck on here. It's not actually done with paint like this one here. It's actually almost like a black strip of like plasticky material tape that's been put around it. One thing I will have to put a quick disclaimer here. This helmet was rushed compared to other ones because I needed it for Expo last year, so Matt did it extra quickly, which if you see any flaws on the paintwork or anything, that's the main reason for it. Because I did need it in time for Expo last year, as my green helmet had already gone. And then you see the actual size of it there. This one's a little bit longer in width compared to the Eric one or the Anarchy one, but again you've got the back panel there and the clips at the bottom. But with the Green Ranger helmet, because of the clips and stuff, you do get this little chip here, which is adapted from the other one because you've got the screws. What I'm going to do now is I'll do a side by side. Literally they're going to be right beside each other, comparison between the two. I'm going to have to just move back a tiny bit here. So there you see the two of them side by side. The actual Wild Ranger 5 one is very, very good. I got it last year. It's got the top of the helmet, sadly, is very flat. If you just look here, it hasn't got a big arch on it. It's not as round at the top like the other Green Ranger one, which as far as actual fitting goes, this one fits me a lot better. It is bigger than my Red Ranger one, but it still fits a lot more snugly. The lips there are quite accurate. From what I can gather, it's got the, as I said, the narrower lips there, or the mouthpiece, I guess you could say. Same with here, except it doesn't. This one doesn't have the arches going sort of around the mouthpiece there. Again, the actual lips themselves are very, very similar. The visors are very, very similar. There's more of a, I guess you could put an angled arch going down to the nose of this one compared to this one. The teeth themselves, if I just turn these round, I'm trying to be very, very careful as I can be with one hand. Right. As you can see here, Wild Ranger 5's is significantly longer in size, which makes it wobble on my head a tiny bit. But then again, it does make it more appealing to people with larger heads, which I know there are a lot of Ranger fans out there. The teeth, you've got the 5 at the top, similar to this one here. These ones actually stick out a tiny bit more away from the actual helmet, whereas these are a tiny bit flatter on the helmet. Then you've got the 6 at the bottom with the slight curve on them. These ones do have a slight curve, but they're mainly flat. You've got the eyepiece, which starts off narrower and gets thicker. It starts in the middle of the first tooth. This one starts off just towards the tip, the very tip of the first tooth, and gets wider away along as well. Then you've got the nice arch going under here. This one's more stretched out as the eye is sort of narrower going along towards the end, whereas this one sort of has a more circular spin on it. And then you've got the eyebrow bit, which here is, it goes flat all the way along. There's a slight bump here, but not much that goes towards the back, whereas this one has the eyebrow and there's a big dent that you can see there, that ends it there and curls around to the back as well. And it also carries on with the black paint work there. So I'm trying to see, you've got the clasps there. The clasps aren't really anything to do with it. I'm just pointing those out. Those have no significance as this one wasn't actually finished by Eric 101. Turn around to the back now. And as you can see here, the Wild Ranger 5.1 does move back quite a bit. It's got a back arch to it because of how long it is and the actual angle of the helmet, which does make it quite difficult to wear sometimes, not all the time, which is a bit of an issue if you've got a head that's smaller than the helmet itself, or significantly smaller than the helmet itself, whereas this one fits quite snugly on it. Go to the other side, just to get an overview, and then I'll do them sort of half facing to face. Of the two, it's a very difficult one to call. I'd probably prefer this one, but not because it's more show accurate or anything like that. Well, although some aspects it does have, as far as I'm aware, to be quite show accurate, but then again, so does this one. The photos of this one versus the stunt used one are amazing in comparison. The only thing is, this one, it looks so much more rounded and proper and proportioned than this one compared to the other Zyuranger / Power Ranger Mighty Morphin helmets. Whereas this one, you can tell it's significantly different, whereas this one sort of blends in with the other ones, which is what you'd really look for. I'll go ahead and I'll open them up for you, if you'll just bear with me 1 second. Okay, this is just lie there for a second. There's not a whole lot of padding in this one. I've removed that patch that you see there from this one because my head, well, I was putting it in this one really. My head did tend to wobble when it came. This one didn't come with any padding, so it's got sort of like a foam insert all the way throughout the helmet. I put some foam padding in there so that it would fit my head a little bit better and it wouldn't wobble. I've got a big block set padding of foam there on the back of styrofoam so that it wouldn't wobble as well. Because the size of the helmet is so big, if you didn't have it well padded, it would probably wobble and shake when you were probably trying to stand still holding for pictures and stuff. This one, not as big of an issue. If I just unclip it here. Right. This one, you don't get the foam inserts out of the resin, which is a bit disappointing, but it is what it is. It actually makes it more comfortable, to be honest, because there's more room. You don't have the actual padding in between the foam padding and the resin, so there's a lot more room for you to shuffle, and breathing in this one and talking is a lot easier because you've got, if I show you here, let's see if I can show you, you've actually got the visor which comes a little bit away from the hole so that you can push it in and have a bit of a breather. I've only got 2 small pieces of padding, one here at the back of the hinge to sort of push the back of my head a little bit further forward, and then one at the top so that it just doesn't wobble. Apart from that, it fits absolutely fine. And there you guys have it. That's my Wild Ranger 5 Eric 0101 Green Fan Sculpt Ranger Helmet review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope this helps because I know a lot of people have issues on choosing to go with Matt or Jess or Anarchy or Eric, But at the end of the day, it's up to you guys. Let me know what you guys think. Who do you think has the most fan accurate sculpt of this helmet? Comment in the box below. Is it Jess? Is it Anarchy? Is it Eric? Is it Matt? And just we'll have a discussion about it. Out of these two, I'd personally probably prefer Eric's, just as I said, because the overall shape and roundness of it matches far better with the other helmets that I've got. But that's just my opinion. What do you guys think? Let me know. Just let you guys know on Facebook Rangers. What's up, guys? I will be selling one of these this week. I'm not sure which one, but when I find out, I'll let you know and I'll post it up on Facebook Rangers. Anyway, guys, that's it from PR Mayhem, and I'll catch you, as always, next time.